Today I want to talk about how we land our Mavic 2 drone on a moving boat. In short, with difficulty. At best, it's a very difficult and stressful proposition. At worst, it, as we found out, becomes a very dangerous proposition.
Hold, firm hold. Right, good. That's good. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Don't do anything, just hold it.
There's a few things to think about. Firstly, if you haven't brought a drone yet, but you want to fly around a moving boat and capture it, personally, I would recommend DJI Phantom. They've got the long legs that extend that you can grab hold of. But the thing we love about the Mavic 2, Mavic Pro, Mavic Zoom, or the Mavic period, is it folds up into this tiny, very portable, compact device that you can take with you easily without having to carry around a huge cumbersome amount of luggage. However, when the drone is opened up, as you say, it's super handy and compact, and it's brilliant camera quality. It's got some great intelligent flight modes, makes taking great footage somewhat easy, but retrieving it was difficult. The biggest problem with this drone is that this is the body of the drone here is the only area you have to catch, and you're very close to having these blades near your wrists, near your face. So I am going to try and build something that will make capturing the drone from a moving boat with the sails up easier. Now, full disclosure, I stumbled across this idea, or the concept of this idea, from the Delos sailing channel. I think it was actually their Instagram account, where they have exactly the same drone. I think they have the Mavic Pro, but it's, again, physically it's much the same. And they built, I think, on the Atlantic crossing heading back to Europe, a very simple but solid looking platform with some sort of U-bolts that go over the top of the handle, and quite a rugged looking thing, but it also looks quite heavy. And we'll try and make a lighter version. So I've got a bunch of equipment here with me. I've got just some balsa wood, so it's really light. It's not amazingly strong, so I'm going to build a platform again, just with a thin layer of balsa wood, and then I'm going to attach a handle effectively to the bottom of it. Fix that onto the drone itself using a purpose-made Velcro strap. Again, we'll just cut this to size, have that on the bottom, Velcro over, hold it on, and the handle will be attached. What I'm also going to do, because I'm on a boat and I've got loads of it lying around, is I'm gonna once I've built the wooden prototype and it all seems to fit okay, I'm gonna use a mixture of some fiberglass that I've got lying around and some epoxy resin. And I'm gonna epoxy the whole thing together, put a bit of glass around it, just paint some more epoxy over the top of that. Just hopefully, again, it will stay reasonably light, but it will be a damn sight stronger. Measurements, I just really want to take up a fairly small area here. We are going to be covering the sensors, and so you probably, I don't know, I haven't tested this yet, but you probably won't be able to use the intelligent flight modes when this is attached, so you'll probably have to do all the filming by hand. So we're going to probably go from the base of the feet to... So now that we've cut a couple of grooves out, hopefully now the undercarriage will sit covering the landing sensor. There we go. So there it is. We have the undercarriage. I'm going to actually move this up. I'm going to put 2 on here, but it's just the right size, which is nice. And as I say, with 2 Velcro straps attached to it, hopefully that should give us, let's say, a bit more strength, a bit more stability, and then we're going to attach this. So we've taken our wood and we've cut we've cut 2 strips and we've put the Velcro on just to make sure it fits for size. But hopefully the handle should screw on through the top. I'm just going to put a little screw through the top. It's not really going to be where the strength comes from. The strength's going to come from the epoxy and the fiberglass that I'm going to put on it, and then I'll end up recutting these. When it's all set, I'll end up recutting these grooves back in, but as I say, I just want to make sure it all fits the drone at this point. Right, so I have screwed a little handle on the bottom of this. I've just pinned a little screw through the top, and as I say, that's not really where it derives its strength from. It's going to derive its strength from the epoxy and the glass, but just to make sure that still fits nicely. So that's what we've got so far, and as I say, that effectively will just come forward a little bit. There we go. And then yeah, I've just wet the whole thing up with some epoxy resin and just waiting for it to get just a little bit tacky, and then I'm just gonna just secure this. Okay, it's the next day and the drone catching device is a bit of a diamond in the rough at the moment, but it is feeling very strong and very light, the 2 components that we're really hoping for. And you catch a bit of a glimpse there. It's not necessarily the tidiest of finishes yet, so I'm just going to tidy that up in a second. Done is I've actually put the Velcro on in opposite directions, so we'll have hooks on one of them coming from left to right and then hooks on the other one coming from right to left, so I'm thinking maybe that will just give us a little bit more strength if they're working antagonistically. So there you go. Okay, right, so we've got the drone, and let's make sure everything still fits. Now that we've put all the glass on, obviously the base is probably going to be a bit thicker. Then I've also put this layer, again if you can see it there, I've just put a layer of like duct tape, just stacked it up because I had a screw in the middle that was protruding out just a little bit. There you go. Fits quite nicely. It's feeling quite strong, nice and light. Yeah, fits snugly. So all we've got to do now is take it outside and give it a trial run, see how it goes. Although right this second it's chucking it down with rain, so may wait till it either clears up later or hopefully it'll be sunny tomorrow. But yeah, we'll get this up, and hopefully this will make landing the drone on the boat a little bit easier and a little bit safer, and hopefully a lot less stressful. Fingers crossed. Our version of the Delos sea leg, I really just want to test to see if this has any adverse effects on the flight characteristics of the drone, if it's easy to take off, if it's easy to land. If the answer to all of those is positive, then I imagine it's not going to be much of an issue, or certainly a lot less stressful getting it back underway. Without further ado, let's give this a go. So far so good. So that was a success. So credit where it's due. Thank you very much, Delos, for the inspiration, for the original design idea. As I say, the only variations that we've put on it are just bits we had lying around the boat to make it lighter. Got the Velcro straps, so it's quick release. plenty strong enough, didn't seem to affect the flying ability, didn't try any intelligent flight modes because we're over water, and I think having the sensors covered might mess with them, and I wasn't really willing to try it over water, but I will give it a go over land. But no, that is a game changer. So again, props to Delos, superstars.